Today we are going to talk about how to convert rectangular form to parametric equations. So, unfortunately, there are many ways to write a rectangular form to parametric equations. As an example, the simplest one is just writing down x equals t. When x equals t, that means wherever you see x, you just plug in t. So if you look at this equation right here, all I am doing is plugging in t for this one right here and copy the rest. And right there we have a set of parametric equations that represents this quadratic equation. And we are done. That's very simple. But you can make an even more complicated one. And like I said, there's many ways to change this rectangular form to parametric equations depending on what you want x to be. So, what if x was t minus 2? Then this one's a little bit more complicated. I now had to plug in t minus 2 for x. So I have y equals parentheses with a plus 1 squared minus 3, and right here is where x is supposed to be. But instead of x, I'm going to put t minus 2. And I'm going to use my algebra skills to finish it off. So therefore y equals, and by combining like terms, negative 2 and plus 1, that just becomes a minus 1. And we technically can stop here, and we have this and this as another way of writing a set of parametric equations for that parabola. Or if you choose to go further, you can use more algebra skills and say, what's t minus 1 squared? Well, technically that is t minus 1 times another t minus 1. And we have to do FOIL to finish it off. So t times t is t squared. T times negative 1 is negative t. Negative t times 1 is negative t. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. And don't forget, we still have that minus 3 here after the FOIL. If we simplify that, we end up with t squared, and combining these two like terms is negative 2t, and combining these two like terms is negative 2. Here is another way of writing a set of parametric equations. If x is t minus 2, y is also this. T squared minus 2t minus 2 is also correct. I'll do one more. What if x is t plus 3? So I'm going to copy that with the exception of x. I'm not writing down x. Now x is supposed to go here before the plus 1. So in this particular example, I said x is t plus 3. Therefore, I put t plus 3 where x was supposed to be. T plus 3 plus 1 is the same thing as t plus 4. So if x is t plus 3, then y is t plus 4 squared minus 3, and that represents this rectangular form right here of the quadratic function. And any of these would have worked out. These combination, this and this would have worked out, this and this would have worked out, and obviously these two would have worked out as well. So there are many ways of writing a parametric equation to represent this function right here. depending what you want x to be.